Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa Lene. If you're new here and you haven't seen a video yet, I film videos on curly hair tutorials, tips and tricks on how to take care of your curly hair. I also bring you guys along for some vlogs showing you bits and pieces of my everyday life. So if you're new here and you haven't already yet, I would love if you would subscribe and join along. If you aren't new here, it's been a little while. I know I've taken a little bit of a break, but the last 2 months have been crazy. I've told you guys this before, but within the last 2 months, me and my now husband closed on a house, moved in, and got married. It was really hectic, but I am so excited to jump in and start creating weekly videos for you guys. So in today's video, what I'm gonna do is show you guys my updated curly hair routine. I know I haven't done one of those in a while, so I'm just gonna walk you through every single product that I'm using, show you guys what tools I use to style my hair. So let me go grab those and I'll be right back. Okay, so my hair is fully wet. I went ahead and detangled. I get this question a lot, asking how wet my hair is when I style. So it's not dripping. There isn't anything dripping off my ends, but it's almost to where it's dripping, if that makes sense. And I do work in sections, so the top part will end up getting a little dry, and I will go back and re-wet that, just because if my hair is not wet enough, then I tend to get more frizz and less definition. So going in, I am going to use the Eva NYC Satin Dream leave-in cream, and I'm actually not sure if this is the if this product is even in stores anymore. I think this might be like an old version. Funny story is I'll go ahead and put all of this throughout my hair and then tell you how I ended up with this. I was going to Austin. We're already here in Waco, by the way, using about that much for this side. And we were on our way to our engagement party, and I left every single hair product here in Waco. And so I had to stop. We didn't even have time to stop like at a Walmart or Target. So we were in a Nordstrom rack, and I found this on the shelves, and I've heard of this brand before, and I ended up really liking it, so I've added it to my rotation. But I'll add a link of like the updated version of this product. It smells really good, and it's pretty light, so it doesn't weigh down my hair. Okay, so my hair is sectioned out. I went ahead and backed up a little bit so you can see the full length of my hair. It's definitely gotten a lot longer. So what I'm gonna do is go in with the Zoto's All About Curls High Definition Gel here. So usually what you would see me do is add a leave-in cream, then gel. But for summer, I haven't been using as many creams just because my hair's been feeling weighed down. So I've just been using like leave-in and some gel, and then finishing off with some mousse, which I'll tell you guys what I'm using here in a bit after I add the gel. I'm using about that much again to this bottom section. Okay, and then same amount for this next side. And since I'm not using a cream, I do use a little bit more gel than I normally would, but that's because I feel like I have less heavy products in my hair. So in the summer, I like to use more mousses and leave-in creams. The winter time is when my hair needs like heavier butters to get some extra moisture back in my hair. I mean, my hair is usually dry all year round, but winter time it's a little bit worse. So I don't mind my hair being a little bit more weighed down, just because I feel like it's healthier for my curls in the long run. Going with my brush, I'm gonna use the Denman brush, which I haven't been too picky on what brushes I've been using lately. I know some people have a harder time using the Denman brush. You can do this with a regular paddle brush. I'll link some of my favorites down below, because I know it was kind of tricky for me to get used to the Denman brush as well. So completely understand if this brush isn't your cup of tea, but you can use a wet brush, a paddle brush, really anything that's going to give you tension. So what I do is hold it pretty tight and let it like kind of run along my curls. What that helps do is help my curls spring up. So doing the same exact thing. I don't focus a ton on this bottom layer because you're not seeing it a lot anyway, so I just do like 2 larger sections. Do one pass through because I do still get a few little tangles here and there. So from here, what I'm going to use is the Authentic Beauty Concept Amplify mousse, and I've shown you guys this mousse here before. Really love this stuff. and I'm gonna use sorry guys, had to clean this off my floor, so I saved some of it, but using about that much just to work it in my hair. And I don't use a ton because when I'm completely done, what I'll do is flip my head over and just put mousse in different places. So just enough to get it coated and run my fingers through. And then I'll scrunch. Again, this bottom layer, I don't worry about it too much because this is my like wonky section. It does not curl that much at all. It's like super wavy. I even have some like pin straight pieces. So I just scrunch it enough to give it, you know, some lift, but I don't worry about it too much. I just let it do what it's gonna do. Okay, so gonna work on the next section and just kind of speed through that. So when I get closer to the top, I do work in smaller sections because I just want to make sure every single curl is coated. Sometimes if I work in too large of a section, then I find some frizzy pieces that just didn't get any of the product. And I like to go in and add a little bit more, like a dot more of leave-in, just to make sure that, you know, when I was raking the product through the first time, that this section got enough. And this is just because I have really thick hair. So if you don't have hair that's too thick, then you probably don't need to do this, but I found that I was missing a lot of sections and I was having some frizzy curls in the middle of my head. So found a way to work around that. Again, just going in with some gel, using a little bit less because again, I am working in smaller sections here. Okay, and then I will, again, break this up into smaller sections to make sure that the Denman brush helps define each curl. And then I try to get as close to the roots as I can. That way my roots aren't super flat. And then here what I do a little bit different is when I go in with my mousse, using about that much. I don't rake it through. That way I can like preserve the curl clumps that have just formed. So I just kind of do in the curly girl world, pray your hands method, where you're just like rubbing it on both sides, making sure it's fully coated and kind of helping those curl clumps stick together. That's what I do. And then I'll go in and scrunch. Now I'll spend a little bit more time here just because this section you can kind of see a lot. Okay, doing the same exact thing to this side. Going here to the top section. And this section is where I pay super close attention. So again, I have a lot of hair. What I like to do is, let me scoot closer so you can see. So this section goes from here all the way to like the back part of my head. I split this section in two down the middle. Okay, so I like to split the two sections because what I was finding is that this back section just wasn't getting enough hair product. It wasn't getting enough definition. So by splitting it, I found that I have way more volume in the back, and these curls like here are a little bit more defined. So I think I was like just trying to rush through sectioning my hair because it can be a little time consuming and annoying, but I found that I got better results by working in smaller sections. My curls lasted longer. I wasn't getting as much frizz. So gonna work here. Again, same exact steps. Gel, using a brush to define your curls, and then mousse. My hair gets tangled so easily. Like I literally just detangled this 10 minutes ago. Okay, so I'll go to the roots, try not to catch any other hair, and then pull straight back. And y'all, this is an arm workout. I swear my arms are always sore after styling my hair. Okay, and I'll just like move this section to the front. I have to split this section. Okay. Okay. All defined. Now I'm gonna go in with the mousse. About that much. Now on to the last section. From here, I find where my part is gonna be, so usually about right there. And I only have like a real small section, so it'll get a tiny bit of products. And then from here, I'll split this up, adding literally the tiniest dot of leave-in, just because my flyaways tend to get really dry and wanna avoid that. Okay, using that much gel. I try to tilt my head like this, like to the side. That way I'm getting all the way like under my hair and as close to the roots as possible. That's gonna help with volume. Instead of just like straight up and starting like say right here, then this section will get pretty flat. So this whole time I'm styling, I tilt my head to the side. Okay, so working on the very last section here, and I kind of want to just power through it, but I noticed that my hair is getting a little bit drier than how I would want to style on it. So if I were to style on this hair, I think it'd be okay, but I know that I wouldn't get as much definition and there might be a little frizz. So I'm gonna go re-wet this and then I'll be okay. So back with my really wet hair. Again, not dripping, but it's really, really wet. So adding the last of the leave-in. The front section always looks the most damaged, so I always make sure to really work it in to my ends. That way it doesn't look as dry. And then I also have a little bit of highlights, so you know, a good amount are like face framing pieces and stuff like that, so it makes my hair a little bit drier in the front. And then from here I do something a little bit different. I work in sections and then like kind of like go down and then use my diamond brush to go up. Let me scoot back so you can see. I go up and out. Okay, and some mousse. If you wanted extra definition, this is where you could like finger coil and kind of train some of your curls. And then from here, once the mousse is all worked in, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and grab some more mousse and flip my hair over. This is where a lot of mousse to each side. Even though I've added some, I just like to give my hair a little bit more hold. Okay, that's all worked in, and I'll go ahead and flip it over to this side. And I don't use a ton. Let me show you how much I use. I use about that much, and I kind of just pat it on. That way I don't break up any curls. And then just scrunch up and scrunch it in. Flip it back, and then I just shake it to let my hair naturally fall where that part is, and then I'm gonna let it sit. I'm not gonna touch it, not gonna mess with it for the next, I'd say about 15 minutes if I have the time to let it really set, just because my hair does a lot better. The mousse helps it set a little bit faster in my opinion. That's just what I found. So I bet even after 10 minutes it'd be fine. So to create a little bit of the cast, and then after that I'm gonna come back and then diffuse. Okay, so it's been about 10 to 15 minutes. My hair, it definitely feels like it's set and ready to be diffused. I am going in, I'm using my Revlon blow dryer. I'll link this down below. I would say it's my favorite blow dryer, but I honestly haven't used any other blow dryer. I've been using this for years, and I get it from Target, and it's affordable, and the diffuser comes in the box, so it works for me. It works really great in my opinion. So I am going to go ahead and hover diffuse. So what that means is I am not going to let the diffuser touch any of my curls. I am literally just gonna go around my head, making sure I'm working it all the way around, going in my hair, kind of lifting it up at times, but like barely touching it, not trying to mess with any of the curl patterns. So you'll see me do this here, but that's pretty much it. I do it until it's dry. I flip my hair over. Sometimes I'll take a little bit of a break in between to let my hair cool down, and I use the high speed and the warm setting. Every now and then I'll go ahead, if I feel like it's been on my hair too long, there's like a cool setting right here, and I'll push this. I just try not to get my hair super hot. You could also add a heat protectant, which I should do, but I'm really bad about that beforehand. But that's pretty much everything I do as far as diffusing goes. So I'll show you a few clips here and then the end results. Okay, so I've been hover diffusing for about 10 minutes or so, and you can kind of see that my hair looks a little wiry, and that's totally okay. That's actually what I want to see. So now that I'm done hover diffusing, what I'm going to do instead of diffusing at my hair, I'm gonna start going in and cupping my hair, and then what that does is that breaks that cast. That way it's not like crunchy or feeling too wiry, and so then it'll start getting fluffier as I like go in and start kind of just manipulating my hair a little bit more, and since it's set and it has a cast, it won't get as frizzy, so I don't have to be as careful with it. I'm still gonna get some frizz, it happens, but let me show you guys what I mean like by kind of just working my diffuser in there. Sorry guys, the lighting got a little weird over there, so I wanted to give you guys a better view of my, like all of my hair when it's done. So I moved you guys into my kitchen, but these are my end results. I am super happy with my end results. I have, like I said, a ton of volume, and I think that's just from working in sections, making sure that all of my hair has enough product. Yeah, let me give you a 360 view here. Actually, this has been like one of my better hair days in a while. So I'm gonna link everything down below for you guys. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below. I'm happy to answer them, and you know, just make any video recommendations that you guys have. But thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you like this video and you want to see more like this with different kind of products or just other curly hair tutorials, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe before you go. You can also find me on Instagram at Marissa_Lene. So hope to see you guys over there, and I'll have another video up for you guys soon. See you next time.